This is where we're going to start on this bumper. And there is multiple layers of paint. And we're looking at this. And you asked me what?
Why are there so many different colors? And why is there so much paint coming off? And then there's another color right under it.
Well, that's because the first person who bought the truck, it was one color. Then you see, look, watch. This is what she's talking about. It's blue on one side. And what color is that?
Greenish, yellowish.
Right. So what happens is somebody buys the truck, and then they want it to be a different color, so they paint it a different color. And then they might want it a different color, so then they might paint it another color. Then they sell it to somebody else, and then they want it a different color. And what happens is over the process, then sometimes some people get in a little bit of a hurry, and they don't sand any of this down. And when you don't sand it down and get it prepped to be able to hold paint on the next one, then you end up with paint that can flake, paint that's not holding on properly because it's not sanded correctly in order to hold the next layer of paint.
Like this right here. Same
Right.
thing.
And it's just breaking off. I mean, but we did put some paint stripper on this to help this process along. But in here you can also see, you know, this isn't properly sanded, and that's why it's just overspray. So we removed the bottom part of the valance of the bumper from the bumper upper valance, so that we can get in here and sand the inside of this, and we can get a good proper sanding on this so that we can go ahead and lay down. What did you just do? I didn't even see that. You're gonna hurt yourself doing that.
This slip.
Yeah, you're gonna break a leg on that. But get this sanded down pretty good so that we can get a good primer base coat on this. And it's Saturday. I was home all day yesterday, and all it did yesterday was rain. We haven't had a chance to get out here. So I mean, we're underneath the awning now, trying to do. Yeah, I know. That's why I started moving everything over here, so I didn't have the tools out there. And then we had a leak on the camper. Let me show you where it leaked. We were looking at it, and underneath the windows, it was in the living room, but underneath the windows in the living room, there was no water coming out the bottom of the windows. So I come out here and I was thinking, okay, if it's not coming from underneath the windows, it's not wet from here to the floor, or even from the outside here to the floor, and it was only from here to the corner. It was the most wet right here in this corner. So we come out here last night while it was raining, and we took some caulking. We looked at this. This piece was loose, and you can kind of see that it's still kind of loose.
And there's water in it. See, that's moving.
Yep, there's a little bit. We might want to put some more right here. But we did right here and all along this, and we also did it on the other side, on the front side, so that the water would actually run over this, because that's what was allowing the water to get into the floor there.
Speaking of leaks, I need your help.
Why? Where's the leak?
Underneath the sink is leaking again.
Okay. This is the kind of stuff that normally, if you're not living in it, you would just go ahead and take the camper, drop it off at the dealership so you could get warranty work on it. But we're living in it. I don't want to give up the camper for 2 weeks for them to fix a pipe that I can fix myself. So most all of these pipes are all, you just tighten them up and they'll slide together. I mean, a lot of your new stuff that's in houses is all compression fittings underneath the sink where the P-trap is and all that. So we're gonna go inside and get that done real quick. I'll show them what we're looking at. All these are compression fittings. Here, hold this right here. I'll get the flashlight.
Okay.
All these are compression fittings. All they do is they just screw on. Once you loosen them up, you can actually slide the pipe. Well, once you loosen it up enough.
Sorry, I'm wiggly.
Oop, shit. Okay, I need a bucket.
Bucket?
Bucket
A
time.
bucket or something, because this water is not, it's not up high enough right here. That's why it's leaking back down. I gotta try to get this to, damn it. Okay, let me get this out of here.
down there is what he just looked at.
Yeah, I want to put this right here because it's underneath that trap right here. And so then that way, if there's any water that drops, it'll probably drop into that. That's what we're shooting for. If it doesn't, well, then we'll have bigger fish to fry. And then this piece is really just here to, we don't have the screwdriver and the fitting for that right now.
Screwdriver, is it?
A squared.
This is supposed to be, there we go. Oh, we need to cut some off of that so that it'll fit the rest of the way into there. Because what's happening is it's not up high enough to drain. I guess I can just push it. Because this pipe was actually coming downhill. So it was causing it to not be able to drain out of there.
Oh.
See, and then this actually just goes right into that. That one is how this one goes into this one. And then you can tighten that up.
And that tightens it to keep it.
And then this tightens this. But see, this is actually down lower than that. So if you were to undo this, you're going to get a leak.
He's got the bucket down there catching all the water.
But we really don't need to do that because we've just now gotten all of this all done pretty much where it needs to be. So we'll tighten this. We'll tighten this. Now this is up as high as I would like it. So we can go ahead and tighten this. And that's why it's not draining right. Remember I said earlier it didn't feel like it was draining correctly?
Yep.
And that's why. And then you were saying that this, you don't like the way this was crooked in there. Right?
Yep.
Okay. Tell me where it looks straight.
Oop, sorry.
Okay, here, honey. I need to undo this one again. Are you watching the screen, making sure that it's right where it needs to be, babe?
Yeah.
Okay. You let me know where it's straight.
Right there. I'm holding it straight.
Okay, you're holding it down?
Yep.
Alright. So now we can just screw this back up onto here. Let's tighten that up. Fairly tight. It needs to be just a little bit hard on the hand tight, but that's it. And these ones the same thing. And then we'll just make sure that this is where it needs to be. And tighten these down.
Camera's trying to focus. There you go. Come on, focus. There.
If you want to focus, you just tap it where you want it to focus.
Um,
Oh, we're learning all kinds of stuff. All right, go ahead and turn the water on. Let's see how it drains. That should be good.
and I'm going to turn the water on right there.
I think that's probably what it is. It seems like it's going down easier now. Yeah, because with this downhill, you're draining here, and then it's trying to go uphill that way to drain into the main pipe back there.
So we're going to have to cut part of that pipe off?
No. I just raised it up. I mean, I could cut part of this pipe off here because it's actually kind of pushing down into this. But I think I got it up high enough to where that is actually going downhill to the pipe that's in the back. Here, show that pipe back there. See, it's going downhill to that pipe now, but it was going uphill to try to drain into that back pipe. All right.
Goes all the way up.
I don't see any leaks. And you're happy with the way the drain looks up there? All right, and then this wasn't too bad.
And
Is there
this
any water down there?
right there was crooked.
Okay.
In
Is there
there.
any water down there you want me to wash it?
Let me look. Yeah, see if there's any water down here. Because you don't want to leave excess water, because the excess water in a warm area can turn into mold.
And our water heater's in that foam box there.
Yeah, the water heater's that right there. That's our little bitty water heater. You can see it from up here too. So, yeah, we need to, this is all good. Wipe all this down. I don't know why they couldn't extend this out a little further,
Right.
and make that a better shelf, because there's plenty of space right there. I
Oh.
mean, you got some hot water lines right there.
Daddy, I just noticed something. When you move that down right there, water,
This is-
water's
well,
under
yeah.
it.
That's because it was wet, so it's seeping a little bit. Oh, I took it.
See, you can see it right there. Shiny water.
Let's squeeze that out.
Oops, sorry.
All right, go ahead and press stop, and we'll get outside and try to do some more to the bumper. All right, I got it primered. It looks okay in video, but in person, if we get down here, I don't know if you guys can see it. It's still wavy. It needs to be sanded. We've been talking about this, and let me show you the other side. This bumper, although it's starting to look nice on camera, you get in close, and I would have to sand the shit out of this some more, all the way down. I have an idea just for the time being, because right now we don't want to, we're like really not even wanting to keep this bumper anymore. And we're thinking for now, we might be able to get this to look okay. Is there some type of primer filler? I think there's a primer filler. Correct me if I'm wrong. Once I get this sanded down a bit, if I put that primer filler on there, kind of heavy, and then smooth it out, we might be able to get this bumper to look okay. And if we can get this bumper to look okay, fine for now. And then we can start saving up. Our end goal is to get a bumper, a new bumper. New bumper is around $250 to $300 shipped. And that would make that one there, that piece would be chrome, and then this piece would be paintable. And we could color match this piece, and then that piece would be chrome. And that's what we really want, because the chrome would look really good with the grill and the headlights, to have one more piece of chrome going across there, and then color match the bottom. And that's one of our ideas. And then take the billet inserts out and paint them black, and then get billet inserts for the lower part of this bumper, get a billet insert for that, and then paint it black as well. Oh, look, my wife found this at, was it Walmart? Mm-hmm. Primer filler. Well, that might work for what we're wanting to do, because like I said, I'm probably not going to keep this bumper. But in doing this, we found, what was it, three or four layers of paint? Mm-hmm. Right. So 3 or 4 layers of paint. When we get to doing this, we're going to have to take it down the metal. We're going to have to strip each section, like each weekend, get it primered, and then put back on the truck. And we'll make our way across the whole truck doing that. Do one fender in a weekend, do the hood, do another fender, do a door, you know, and so forth. Make our way all the way back doing the whole truck. That is going to take, I don't know, probably the whole winter. So that's what we'll be doing, you know, once we get to a certain point. But this is pretty much, I don't know how much more we're going to do of this. We do need to start working on the air management. We need to start getting all that stuff together, and we need to order our fittings and all of that, so that we can be ready for the truck to be able to air up and air down on its own. Worst case scenario on this will be it's primered, put it back together, throw it on the truck, and go to the show. That's the only thing that I can think of would be the worst case scenario on this, unless we get some time to be able to get it wet sanded and then primer filler it again and get it wet sanded, smooth it out. If we get it looking nice and smooth, then we might go ahead and throw some color on it. But that's the end of the video. We are on our way to Hot Springs for our chapter meeting, and also it's Todd's birthday. Todd Brown, happy birthday. And we're gonna go see him and eat at Texas Roadhouse. So it's steak time. Yeah. You happy? You gonna get some steak?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we will see you guys on the next video. Please subscribe, like,
Give us a
bam,
thumbs up.
give us some thumbs up, and give us some comments at the bottom. If you use the primer filler, how did it go for you?
I found a better one, I think.
And my wife says she found a better one. So if you guys know of a better one that is fairly cheap, because I mean, I'm not wanting to spend a crap load of money on this bumper anymore. But we'll talk to you guys in the next video. See ya. Keep America beautiful.